magic and then trying to get to the root of Akasha so they can stop using the peasant dollar store magecraft shit. Oh man.
Okay, that's interesting. I immediately think of seeing the truth in Full Metal Brotherhood. That's what my mind immediately goes to in terms of
Elmaloy's case files. This is basically just CSI magic that takes place after Fate Zero but before Fate Stay Night, starring
I wasn't ready for this theme.
Has gone from...
Woo! I told you, one of my favourite fucking tops, and it's boiling out here. Sup Mothers, welcome to Chill Source. I'm Bohemian Anthony. Nice to see you, as always, today. It is a Patreon request day, yes. For those who don't know, my Patreon is up and running. And it's a glorious, magical, mystical place over there. Full of stuff you already know. There are early access, exclusives. We've got polls. Not the type to dance on, but we have ones that will help you to decide what shows I'm going to be reacting to next. Clips, requests, all that good stuff. Head on over there if you're already part of the Chill Squad. Join the Chill Table. That is tier 2. That is full uncut reaction watch-alongs. Okay? No need to sync. Just fucking come and watch. New experience. We can watch it together like the first time. I love it when reactors do that, you know. So I wanted to follow in their footsteps. Some of my fucking boys. Uzumaki Khan being one of them. I love that guy. So authentic. But I digress. Patreon up and running, boys. And girls, if any girls are actually watching, but I doubt it, come join in the fun. So, this is from that good old boy, that dude of dudes, Marsh 14. Thank you, my brother, as always, for supporting, interacting, and just being that guy, being the first person, the first Patreon member to join the Chill Table. Humbling. It's an honor, and I can only say thank you again for joining and allowing me to realize that taking the right steps, we can do this. It would be amazing to have more people jump on board. Let's hope that's the case as we go forward so I can react to more things for you, for us in this time capsule, building this library that we are hurling into the future. All of us together. Underdogs up! They don't believe in us. They do not believe in us, so let's prove them wrong. Enough of the jibber jabber. I am on some caffeinated drinks today, so if you see a little bit of a... I just got done trying to do like 40-50 push-ups, so if I seem a little bit out of breath, that'll be why. I'm not sure whether that must be a tried and tested combination, caffeine and working out. I'm not much of a, I don't really, I work out, but I don't really put that much thought into it. Like, I've never been one for protein shakes or understanding going to the gym and doing weights and all that kind of stuff. I haven't got time for it, mate. If there's anyone here who's a lover of combat sports, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Anyone watch MMA, the UFC, One Championships, PFL, old school MMA? We're talking Chuck, Tito. If anyone's into MMA and combat sports, talk to me. Let me know. I'd love to interact with guys who are also into that stuff, man. Fucking, the best sport ever, I swear. Other sports are cool, but, if you get to fucking punch something or kick something or knee something or strangle something, caffeine is definitely flowing. So, sorry. We're going to be reacting to... So, Marsh has brought up a great point. One of the other abridged series that I believe has done very well and has a good following is the Unlimited Blade Works abridged series, the Fate Stay series. And full disclaimer, I have watched two actually. Fate Stay Night, I know there are a few different renditions or remakes, however you want to say it, but I definitely have seen one of them. It was fucking epic and awesome. And there was one more recently that I saw that I still think is on Netflix somewhere. But that's all I've ever seen. He's mentioned there are 3 movies. There's a trilogy of movies, which we will also be getting into, because I love the premise of it. I understood it, but I didn't completely understand it. There's a lot of moving parts here, which actually falls in perfectly with the videos that Marsh has recommended. 2 of them being from the hilarious Gigguk. I've seen a few of his things. I know the guy is hilarious. I've already seen, unfortunately, I know someone mentioned it. It might have been you, Marsh. The Rail Wars abridged one shot. One of my favorites. One of my favorites. Me and my cousin, we watched that and we were just dying. So, I mean, could always do a rewatch. Always fun, like what I'm doing with Team 4 Stars Dragon Ball Z abridged. Why the fuck not? But, yes, let's jump into, he's got 2 videos trying to, or explaining as best he can, the lore of the Unlimited Blade Works Fate Stay Night or Fate Stay World. And I imagine this is actually a great place to start, just to get my head around the actual world before I get into the movies. Even if that's not the case, I feel as if this would actually help me out in terms of understanding some baseline things here. So, Marsh, I haven't really specified it being a spoiler or not at all. There's also going to be a clip from the Heavens, one of the Heavens movies I believe I'll be reacting to as well. But yes, thank you, Marsh, again. Patreon exclusive. This will also be coming out on YouTube, of course. And I'll probably do that a little bit earlier just to show, obviously, you know, what I'm aiming to do over there, which is to interact, take requests, and really get into these adventures with you guys and what you love as well. Your series that you are personal and great to you, I'm sure that I'll fall in love with as well. I hope. So without further ado, even though I've talked for a long testing fucking time, let's jump straight into... Bloody hell, lad. You look, are you awake? Yeah, fucking hell, maybe a bit too awake at this point. So, let's see if... Guys, as you'll be able to see, this is trying to understand the Fate series, and this is 6 years ago. Ton of views, obviously the guy is hilarious. Let's see what Gigguk has to say. Oh shit, wait. And there's a 30-minute version. In 3, 2, 1.
Hi. Can I help you? Hi. Yeah, I was interested in...
Sorry. This would fuck up everything, I think. This might have fucked up everything. Good thing I remembered. Just about. Sorry about this, guys. Let's bring that back. No. Doesn't it like it? Oh, it's probably still connected. Yep. That would be why. Shut up. And we'll turn that off. Fair. Let's get into this, chaps. Three, 2, 1. What the fuck?
Hi.
Oh my god. Back on? Oh. So I'm about to just like, I don't know, fucking break things. Am I having a fucking breakdown? Why does it not want to fucking connect? Now, let's fucking hope. Thank fuck. Okay. 3 times a charm. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Fate fandom.
Hi. Can I help you? Hi.
Is that a Death Note?
Yeah, I was interested in the Fate franchise, and I heard I could come here for more information. Oh, well, come on in. Make yourself at home. Look, we're always looking for new fans to join our cause, so we're here to make things as easy as possible. You can ask me any question. Okay, so where do I start?
That your early YouTube feel.
Except that question.
Yes.
Is there not a beginning? Do you want the long version or the short version? The short version. So in the beginning there was Fate Stay Night, which is a visual novel with 3 different routes. Fate, Unlimited Blade Works, and Heaven's Feel, which needs to be played out in that exact order. Now, the Fate route has been adapted once by Studio Dean in 2006 as an anime series, Unlimited Blade Works has been adapted twice, once by Studio Dean as a movie, and once by Ufotable as a full series, who are also adapting Heaven's Feel, but only as a trilogy of movies, only of which one is out at the moment. I thought you were going to give me the short version. This is the short version. So technically speaking, anime-wise, the 2016 adaptation is the beginning and serves as a good introduction.
And I remember, Marsh, sorry, just very quickly, you did indeed tell me that this one was pretty, not spoilery, so I just remembered that. I questioned whether I could watch them, but I remember you saying, no, they're pretty spoiler-free, so thank you. We rewind a bit, and then let's go back a bit more when he's...
Give me the short version. This is the short version. So technically speaking, anime-wise, the 2016 adaptation is the beginning and serves as a good introduction to the world. Okay, so...
I'm pretty sure that's one I've seen.
I just start with that? Because it's shit. Oh, yeah, in terms of mainline adaptations, only the ones by Ufotable are worth watching.
Oh, sorry, no, Ufotable I've seen.
Unlimited Blade Works because that spoils Fate Zero. What's Fate Zero? Oh, well, it's just a prequel that takes place before Fate Stay Night and serves as a good introduction to the world of Fate. Alright, so I'll just start with Fate Zero. Well... No, because Fate Zero spoils Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel.
Oh, God.
So in other words, Fate Stay Night spoils Fate Zero, and Fate Zero spoils Fate Stay Night. Yep, that makes no sense. That's why you should just read the visual novel. Alright, how long does that take? Around 100 hours. That's a pretty big commitment. Just read the visual novel. But I don't have 100 hours. Read the visual novel. Can't I just like... Read the fucking visual novel!
Okay.
Or not. I can never agree with myself anyway. Okay, well, that's everything, right?
Oh, God.
There's more. Do you want the long version or the short version? The short? Well, you see, you have Fate Hollow Atraxia, which is a continuation of Fate Stay Night, but only exists in visual novel form at the moment with no anime adaptation. Now, you also have Fate Prototype, which is a reimagining of the whole Fate Stay Night events, but only in a one-episode OVA form.
I think I almost looked out there.
Fate Apocrypha takes place in a completely alternate universe, and this
that's
is
one I've seen.
Adaptation and one
that's the one I saw on
and of course,
Netflix.
There's Fate Extraverse, which is another alternate universe, and this includes 3 games: Fate Extra Triple C.
Whoa!
Stellar,
PSP.
And it also has one anime adaptation in Fate Extra Last Encore.
I saw that on Netflix as well.
Okay. So
I didn't see it, but I saw it there.
The only connection with all of these is that blonde chick with the sword. You mean Saber? Yes? Yeah. Oh no, they're totally different characters.
Oh man.
Well, you see, the original Saber is meant to be King Arthur, who in Fate lore is actually a woman. Now, these other Sabers aren't actually King Arthur. They're completely different characters who also happen to be women and also happen to be in the Saber class. Okay, so you're saying that this isn't the original Saber? Nope. This? That's right. And everyone here? They're different characters and look similar. And these 2 Sabers are also different from each other. No. You see, one's Red Saber and the other one is Saber of Red.
Oh,
it's pretty simple. And they aren't
that makes
the original Saber at all.
All the sense.
Saber of Red. You mean the Saber that's red or the one that looks like Saber? Yes. She's actually the original.
My son, the planet, or me.
Saber, King Arthur, is her dad. Wait a minute, you literally just said that they were all girls. You said it, but how does... Oh, it's basically the same as standard Arthurian legend, except this time King Arthur is given a dick by Merlin, who can then be forced upon by her wife so she can make a baby, and then out pops Mordred as your standard homunculus rape baby. There's no way that's canon. Oh, it's canon. If you want to learn more in the servants, then the mobile game Fate Go is a good starting point. Do I dare ask if I should get into Fate Go? Depends. Do you have piles of money you wish to burn and countless hours to spiral downwards, grinding away in a never-ending cycle to satisfy your love for your Fate waifus that you'll never ever get back? No. You don't want to get into Fate Go. And of course, there's Fate Calia.
I love those
Ilia,
up close.
Is a magical girl spin-off of the original Fate Stay Night. I don't think I need to watch that. It has lesbian lollies kissing. I think I'll need to watch that. Oh, and before I forget, there's also the cooking spin-off by Studio Ufotable, where basically the cast of Fate Stay Night cook food and stuff, and all of this is all part of the greater Nasuverse, which to explain... Alright, stop! Okay? Stop. This is too much. This is a complete clusterfuck. How did this get so out of control? I literally have no idea.
Okay. And this is the second video, actually. That is the one, isn't it? It has to be. Yeah, it is. Okay. Fuck. Wait. What should I do? Do I just watch this and then we can get into the movies? Is it going to spoil the movie? Let's start this and see where we go. But while we're here, right? Badly explaining the entire Fate series in 30 minutes. Fuck it. 3, 2, 1.
This video is sponsored by Honkai Impact 3rd. Gamers, gacha gamers. You know me, I love my 2D girls, and Honkai Impact 3rd has the cream of the crop. A free-to-play 3D action role-playing mobile game developed and published by MiHoYo, the same makers of Genshin Impact, which, speaking of which, they're having a collaboration event right now. Fischl will be joining as a new Valkyrie with her companion Ozzy, along with Kaching, where you can free more powerful forces for Kaching to fight against the enemy,
Looks
which
cool.
includes the more powerful the Wolf of the North in this world. And, most amazingly, both of these characters are completely free. Sorry, what does this word mean? I've never heard this word before as a gacha gamer. New players to join the game now can win over 100 free supply cards by completing missions, and can even enter a sweepstake to win a big mystery prize. And also from July 12th to August 12th, Honkai Impact 3rd will be collaborating with bubble tea brand Kung Fu Tea in the US and Canada. So you can join the event for a chance to win limited merch and an iPhone 12. So, what are you waiting for? Download Honkai Impact 3rd today and join the events to win some great prizes. Links and info in the description below.
They look
and with that
like they're
said,
right from the
let's
Fate
get on
Stay
with the
universe,
video.
don't they?
The Fate series is one of the most expansive franchises in all of anime. In between all the games, anime, manga, light novel, visual novels, spin-offs, it's probably one of the most daunting franchises for any newbie to try to get into. A little while ago, I made a joke skit called Trying to Understand the Fate franchise, based around how confusing the entire thing looked for an outsider looking in. And satire aside, it was based on many real-life conversations I've actually had with Fate fans trying to explain the franchise to newcomers. And every time that happens, I always hear, do you want the long version or do you want the short version?
Okay, this should be
Everyone
perfect
asks for the
because
short version, but even the short version for an outsider can seem like a convoluted mess of information.
Thought you were going to give me the short version.
This is the short version. But ever since I made that video, and because no one ever actually asked for it, I've always wondered to myself, what is the long version? The Fate franchise fascinates me. Originally created by Kinoki
Let's strap in, boys.
What started as just a single eroge visual novel was turned into a multi-billion-dollar franchise with more media than any sane person can wrap their head around. I mean, just look at all this shit. Can you see how many there is? There's at least 5. So it can be easy to forget how and why people became fans in the first place, that many newcomers may even forget to ask, what is Fate even about?
the Ufotable series was amazing, though. I do.
The basic premise revolves around
remember how
who can summon heroic spirits from Earth's real history or legends to do battle over the Holy Grail, a mythical wish-granting device in what is called the Holy Grail War. Basically, it's a bunch of mages spending all their V-Bucks to organize the ultimate Fortnite, Apex Legend, fucking Minecraft, Hunger Games battle royale between all your favorite people from history and legend to create the ultimate showdown of ultimate destiny. God, I hope my audience isn't too young to understand that reference. And the Holy Grail War is just basically Nasu going,
we like every now and then.
Let's just cut the video there. That's all you need to know about Fate. However, the background and lore of the entire Fate universe is unimaginably deeper than that.
Pretty simple,
so much so that every single spin-off, anime, manga, novel, every single piece of Fate's media takes place in a coherent universe fitting somewhere on a grand timeline, which is also shared with Nasu's other works, creating this grand universe known only as the Nasuverse. So you know what I thought would be a good idea? What if I tried explaining the entire Fate timeline? Keyword being thought, implying it was me in the past tense. It was a shit idea. Explaining all the Fate lore and timeline in detail would take hours and hours. I mean, just look at some of these wiki pages. This isn't a wiki page, it's a fucking light novel. Saber lore. that time some slag at a pond threw a sword at me and I accidentally became the fucking King of England. So this is more like the long, short version.
That tracks.
Or is it the short, long version? Or is it the medium version? It's an excuse to justify all the countless hours I've put into this hellhole. Obviously, there is going to be spoilers, but I'm going to try and keep it focused on the lore and universe and where every series fits in the timeline.
Okay.
Rather than what actually happens in any individual series.
God bless you, sir.
Hopefully, it won't spoil your experience too much.
Thanks, Mosh.
Decide to walk into hell with us. So, with that said, let's start explaining.
I mean, the movies, right? Guys, the fucking movies.
All you have to do is just turn the camera off and delete the file, and no one will ever have to know. You see that, Gigguk? That was Gigguk 3 months ago. I've been putting off filming this for 3 fucking months. Just kill me now. Oh, 3 fucking months. This is my dissertation all over again. Hello and welcome to my TED Talk. To be introducing the Fate timeline, I'm going to be cosplaying the most powerful servant in the history of the Fate timeline. Steve Handjobs. But before we get to the Fate timeline, there are a few core concepts we need to bang out first so everything makes sense. Firstly is Akasha. See, Fate exists in this grand
Akasha.
world of magic and mages where you can summon heroic beings from the past, present, and future.
Fucking cool.
And
all about that.
Derives from Akasha. What is Akasha? See, Akasha is this metaphysical place that exists outside of time and dimensions that is the source of all events and all the souls in all timelines. And I like using big words to make me sound smart. Basically, everything that's ever happened and everyone you know, you can thank Akasha for it. 2020 as a whole? Thanks, Akasha. The Chad himself, Chug Jug's Fortnite remix. Thanks, Akasha. The one time in class you thought you had a silent fart, but you ripped out a fat one and everyone heard it and stared at you and your brain still reminds you about it every time you're about to sleep. Fuck you, Akasha. So instead of wibbly wobbly, timey wimey
Mr. Tennant!
This is more like wibbly wobbly, timey wimey, goopy galaxy, diddly dimension, rickety reality stuff. Where every timeline and every reality exists at the same time, meaning there are no spin-offs, every fate is canon, life is a line, yes, that smutty dojin of Minamoto going Order is canon in some timeline. You can't prove me otherwise. Are you with me? Good. This is important because the end goal of every mage in the Fate universe is to find a way to reach the root of Akasha. But Gigguk, why do all mages want to find the root of Akasha? Well, I'm glad you asked. Probably
Took the words. Yep.
I really hope you're not confused right now. This is just the beginning. Well, this would be a good time to talk about the magic system that exists in the Nasuverse, because as we all know, in this universe, mages exist and use magecraft, aka magic. Right? Wrong. Incorrect. Erroneous. Mistaken.
Oh, God.
I can't think of any more words off the top of my head. What are you, an idiot? Why would anyone assume that magic and magecraft are the same thing? Look at this guy. Typical man that can't tell the difference between magic and magecraft. No. You got magecraft, the weak sauce imitation butter. Ooh, I can't believe it's not magic. And then you got the Chad true magic. This is the top tier gourmet shit. This is the shit real mages want to use.
Okay.
The kind of shit Gordon Ramsay has to taste off and goes, finally.
Some good fucking
magic. But this premium shit can only be achieved by mages who view Akasha. And
Got
once someone
you.
gets that magic, that path to Akasha is cut off, and then the magic can only be used by the direct descendants of that original mage. Basically, no one has real magic, and they're trying to get to the root of Akasha so they can stop using the peasant dollar store magecraft shit. Oh man.
Okay, that's interesting. I immediately think of seeing the truth in Full Metal Brotherhood. That's what my mind immediately goes to in terms of, I guess, unlocking that premium tier of magic or ability. But let me just go back and listen to that one more time. But interesting, Akasha. Okay.
Well, this premium shit can only be achieved by mages who view Akasha. And once someone gets that magic, that path to Akasha is cut off, and then the magic can only be used by the direct descendants of that original mage. Basically, no one has
some
real
nepotism
magic, and
type
to get
shit.
to the root of Akasha so they can stop using the peasant dollar store magecraft shit. Oh man, what if the third magic was just the power to create fate porn? But what's stopping all mages from getting to this mythical place called Akasha? Well, you have this thing called the counterforce. This is kind of like a safety mechanism that stops the world from going extinct because the Earth is actually alive and has a will, and don't worry about that right now. And the counterforce itself is made up of 2 parts. The collective unconscious will of humanity itself to survive, Ilia, and the will of the planet itself, Gaia.
Gaia. Got you.
Online.
Yeah.
Why is this important?
Oh, guy online!
Powerful defense mechanisms.
Holy shit, that's a throwback.
Heroic spirits from Earth's history in order to defend itself, which we call servants.
Yep.
Sound familiar?
I understood that reference.
So it'll intervene anyone trying to get to Akasha, aka the Goopy Galaxy timey-wimey place, and mages have to find a way around it. Are you with me? Are you with me?
Yes, I
Good.
think so.
If you're already confused, may I introduce to you the phrase everyone in the Fate fandom holds in the highest esteem as the holiest words in our gospel.
Let's go.
Don't worry about it. Why is the cast of Fate Stay Night sharing a nice wholesome meal instead of trying to brutally murder each other? Don't worry about it. How do reality bubbles work? Don't worry about it. What is the moon? Don't worry about it. No, please don't.
As Piccolo didn't worry about it.
What the moon is. I'm not gonna fucking talk about the moon. To recap, you have Akasha, the timey-wimey, goofy galaxy, rickety reality place that every mage is trying to get to. So
Okay,
they
I'm
can
glad he
use
keeps reiterating.
the
It's good for me.
top-tier gourmet true magic. But the only thing stopping them is the counterforce, which they have to try and find a way around. Did you get all that? This is all the background information you need to know.
Cool.
Before we start the timeline. Jesus Christ, we haven't even started the timeline yet. You know, originally I wanted to visualize the timeline physically.
Looking good, feeling good. Akasha, gloopy, glimey, scrimpy, scrimey, pure first tier premium shit. The truth, as it were. And to get access to that, they need servants to help them get around the counterforce. I know I'm correct. Don't even correct me.
Against the wall, strung together with a string or something like that, like you see in that Always Sunny meme. But then I soon realized I don't have a wall big enough. So that's why I'm using the green screen. Definitely not because I want to rip off Nakey Jakey. Now, starting right at the beginning, before any mages, before any servants, before any Holy Grail wars, you have the Age of God. So yeah, apparently right at the beginning of Fate lore, there was this period of time where gods roamed the earth with man, mythical creatures existed, and I shit you not, physics apparently just wasn't a thing. Yeah, apparently this thing called mystery governed the law of the worlds, which I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Don't worry about it. Like, I just imagine in my head some ancient humans trying to let go of an apple and physics tries to drop it and mystery's like, no. We do not do that here. And then the apple just flies off to fucking Narnia. But everything changed when the Zephyr Nation attacked. Or just Zephyr. This next time period is called Deterioration. This titan called Zephyr invaded and destroyed most of the world and was only beaten back by this mighty sword called Excalibur. After the attack, the gods weaken,
that I know.
Mystery starts to wane and physics is like, yo, is anyone gonna drop that apple? Which takes us to separation. So the gods are a little pissed that they can't go down to Earth anymore because they're so weak. So they make Gilgamesh, who's 2/3 god. Because gods don't give a shit about maths apparently. With the intention of making him the keystone to connect the gods and the humans. Now for anyone not familiar with the Fate verse, how can I explain Gilgamesh? You know that one meme, is this some peasant joke I'm too poor to understand? Well, imagine if that meme was reincarnated as a person. That's Gilgamesh. So yeah, he decides to rebel.
Those boys are funny, but I still haven't seen anything by them.
This guy doesn't want to take orders from us? No, come on, you're joshing us right now. This is a prank. Come on, where are the hidden cameras? I'm on MTV Punk'd, aren't I? And so with that, the gods cannot interfere with humans anymore. And thus begins the Age of Man. From the year 0 AD, the human population explodes, magic and magecraft is replaced with science, and most importantly, physics exists now, guys! Yeah! I was meant to buy a party popper, but I completely forgot to. Alan, can you edit a party popper in this video, please? Thank you. That's right, screw your mystery. I have E equals MC squared. Okay, remember right at the beginning of this video when I said the Fate franchise was about this thing called the Holy Grail?
Yep.
Well, we can finally start talking about the Holy Grail. See,
cool,
the Grail
that was the main...
this omnipotent, magical, wish-granting device, and that's only partially true. See, around the 1800s, these epic magic gamer girls, called the Ironsburns family, figured out a way to the root of Akasha. That place that gives you true epic gamer magic. By using the Holy Grail to summon 7 heroic spirits and then sacrifice them, and using that mana to summon an even greater Grail called the Greater Grail,
which has
access to the root of Akasha. But of course, all the various magic gamer girls and boys couldn't agree on who would actually get access to this magic, so they decided to have a meeting to decide. One could even say that it was a magic. The Gathering. Or in Fate, we just call this the Holy Grail War. Which finally leads us to the timelines to all the wars so far. Oh, I can't believe I flunked world history and I'm about to recite the entire history of some fictional war that happened. Okay, so you got like the first Holy Grail.
It's what gets your gears turning, bro.
This is when the three main mage families, the Einsburns, the Toesuckers, and the Matos, couldn't agree on who could get access to the Grail. So they were like, guys, we've got a bunch of servants lying about. Tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tournament arc, tour! This was hardly what you'd call an actual war though, and more like a 3 AM brawl at the local mage pub, which ended because everyone got bored and time ran out. Then came the second Holy Grail War in the 1860s with the same parties involved, but this time everyone went a bit fucking mental because everyone died, nobody won, and future generations were like, wait a minute. Do we need rules? What the fuck is a Geneva Convention? Then came the third Holy Grail War in the 1930s, where the church gets involved because they're just like, are you using the term Holy Grail? God, are we allowed to copy strike that? And everyone's happy with that because they can enforce the rules. So the church is like, all right, gamers, I want a fair fight. No going for the eyes.
Okay.
No kicking below the belt. And for God's sakes, no summoning any illegal servants. So then the Einsburn summon an illegal servant. And so we get this totally new servant called Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango, who's meant to be this super badass, ultra OP new servant that auto wins them the war, except lol, JK is actually super weak and dies. And is literally so angry he gives the Grail food poisoning. Then we got the fourth Holy Grail War, which is basically just the events of Fate Zero.
That was anticlimactic.
And finally, we have the grand sugar daddy that birthed everything we're talking about. The fifth Holy Grail War, aka the events of Fate Stay Night. Following Shiro fighting in it using the power of friendship and fucking, mana transfer. And this CG dragon still haunts my nightmares. What's important here is that this war has at least 3 different timelines, because the original Fate Stay Night was a visual novel with 3 different routes. You got the Fate route, the Blade Words, and Heaven's Feel. Or, to put it more simply, you got the Saber route, the Best Girl route, and the Sakura route, with extra fucking, mana transfer. But it doesn't stop there, because next we got Fate Hollow Ataraxia, which is kind of like a sequel to Fate Stay Night because it takes place 6 months after the events that happened in there. So you may be wondering which one of the 3 routes it follows, and the answer is...
none of them.
Yes. So one of the main girls in Fate Stay Night, Rin, is doing some magic experiments, and she does a little bit of an oopsie, and completely fucks up the space-time continuum, merging all parallel universes together. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, jeez. This doesn't sound like a little oopsie. This sounds a bit more like a big oopsie. But it's all good because she looks great in thigh highs. So we're following this mage Mazette who was dead off screen in the original Fate Stay Night, and she is now alive along with Angramayu, aka the Angry Mango. And they're stuck in a Groundhog Day type time loop, living the same 4 days over and over, and she has to find a way to escape without fading from existence because she was originally dead, and I guess people die if they don't exist. Since most of this takes place in a time loop, this is basically just Fate Re-Zero Edition. So you can essentially just call it Fate Zero. Wait. And you know what? That's basically
Re-Zero. I also need to
series. We did it, guys. That was pretty simple, right, guys? What are we missing? Fuck. Of course, we are going to have to fill this timeline in with all the other Fate media out there. So let's do the time warp again. Oh my god. Alan, fucking cut that. Alright, so let's start with Fate.
No, Alan, thank God you...
The Apocrypha timeline is exactly identical to the original timeline, except when we get to the third Holy Grail War, where the timeline was like, you know what? Nazis. Because of course it's the fucking Nazis. So the Nazis join the third Holy Grail War, and instead of there being a winner, the Nazis steal the Greater Grail system.
I like Apocrypha.
That, the Transylvanian Nazi mage guy steals it from the
Nazis. It might sound like a Nazi. I like Nazis.
World War II as usual. Fast forward to the future, and somehow the entire world finds out about the Greater Grail system, and everyone and their dog tries to make a cheap imitation of it. And so because of this, the Transylvanian Nazi sorcerer guy vows to make the Holy Grail War great again. And so he makes the Great Holy Grail War. I
genuinely.
This is what it's called. And so now instead of 7 servants, you have 14 servants separated into 2 teams. red and black. That's right, it's a team deathmatch.
Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Team deathmatch! Stab it!
So we get
Oh, is that part of the abridged? Oh god.
Straight guys question their
Can't wait.
sexuality, and gay guys question their sexuality, and gay girls question their sexuality. And me question my life choices for spending $400 for a dick. That concludes the events of Hitler's Day Night. Next on the menu we have today.
I want to have Achilles.
Family. Did you see what I did there? This is, I think, just another alternate ending to the 5th Holy Grail War, where I guess nobody dies and they all just sit around cooking and playing volleyball and being happy, and this is canon, okay? They never explain where this takes place on the timeline, but I don't care. They're all happy. Akasha made it. It's canon. Like in my mind, this is the reality when someone just tried playing the Fate visual novel, but got bored 5 minutes after reading words and then just left and never came back. And then all these characters are just sitting around having a gay old time waiting for the Holy Grail War to start. This is what happened. This is the reality where Sea-Dog VA tried to play Fate. Alright, so I'm just going to make a Fate Stay Night bubble, and then I'm going to put Fate Tiger Coliseum and Fake Unlimited codes in this bubble, because they're just fighting games and they're already beating the shit out of each other in the series anyway, so I guess these are just the filler episodes we never got to see. Then we got Fate School Life, which is kind of like a slice of life spin-off in the Fate Stay Night universe that also has Ataraxia characters in it, so I guess it goes here. Can you tell how I'm sure I am right now? Lord Elmaloy's Case Files. This is basically just CSI magic that takes place after Fate Zero but before Fate Stay Night, starring
I wasn't ready for this theme.
Has gone from
To any of you who might not know, that is a very well-known soap opera here in the UK called EastEnders. So yeah, just in case anyone didn't know, that just caught me so out of the blue because that show is all about pubs and bullshit.
I'm sure I am right now. Lord Elmaloy's Case Files. This is basically just CSI magic that takes place after Fate Zero but before Fate Stay Night, starring Fate Zero's Waver. Except Waver's gone from Daddy Step on Me to Step on Me, Daddy. Oh, now we get
well done.
Shit. Fate DJ Khaled, line of Prisma Ilia, is a spin-off where Ilia becomes a magical girl. And instead of summoning servants, the magical girls can use these magical cards to channel the power of a servant.
Okay.
And also there's a magical talking wand, don't worry about it. Before I properly got
into
the franchise, I thought that this was just an unrelated spin-off that had nothing to do with the main universe, but no. Not only does this directly diverge from the main timeline, but it has two separate universes within its own universe. It's a fucking Ilia multiverse. And the beginning of the Ilia multiverse doesn't even have Ilia in it. Oh god, I love you so much, Fate, but you just don't make things easy, do you? Alright, I'm gonna try and do my best, so stick with me here. The first universe is the one detailed in the movie Oath Under Snow, following this girl called Miyu, which is why we call this the Miyu-verse, because her name is Miyu and she's the child of God, don't worry about it. She's taken in by Shiro, and then they have another Holy Grail War, but not the usual Holy Grail War, but the Ainsworth Holy Grail War. Can you guess why it's called the Ainsworth Holy Grail War? Because it was made by the Ainsworth. Shiro then sends Miyu to an alternate universe, which we call the Ilia-verse, which is all sunshine and rainbows, where the 4th Holy Grail War didn't happen and Kiritsugu's Father of the Year. You got cute girls doing cute things, cute girls doing magical things, and cute girls doing each other. This is the universe where season 1 and 2 of Prisma Ilia happens.
Oh man.
But then you have season 3,
let's go Gigguk,
which jumps back into the Miyu-verse. And if you think that complicates the timeline, how about this little knowledge of nugget? So in the original Fate Stay Night, Ilia is 18. She's 18. She's older than Shiro. But in the Ilia-verse, she's the same age as when the timelines diverge, which theoretically should make her the same age as she was in Fate Stay Night. But she's not. And the series makes it very clear that she is under 18. So which is it, Fate? Which is it? I need to know. You know, I would say don't worry about it, but I'm pretty sure the FBI are going to do that for me. All right, moving.
That face I had for a long while and consistently through portions of this video is, yeah, I'm downloading information, guys, and I think I'm on dial-up. But we're gonna get there. Comments! Comments, help me!
Your fate. Also,
I trust you guys.
Fate Extra universe. This splits off from the Third Holy Grail War in the Angry Mango timeline, where all the world's mana dries up because some kind of event. So in the 2030s, all the mages turned into hackers and they tried to hack the moon because the moon has a supercomputer on it that was placed there by aliens that they found. And so inside this supercomputer moon, there exists this entire digital world. And so the supercomputer...
Wait, I swear I blinked and all of a sudden we're on the fucking Death Star. I blinked and the Matrix themes kicked in and... Hold on.
Situation. Your fate, also known as the Fate Extra universe.
Okay.
This splits off from the Third Holy Grail War in the Angry Mango timeline, where all the world's mana dries up because some kind of event. So in the 2030s, all the mages turned into hackers and they tried to hack the moon because the moon has a supercomputer on it that was placed there by aliens that they found. And so inside this supercomputer moon, there exists this entire digital world. And so the supercomputer moon is hosting a virtual reality Holy Grail War because it's actually alive. I don't realize how ridiculous this sounds until I read it out loud. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it turns out the moon knows shit and you can hack the moon. And it also has Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night, but not the original Rin, Sakura, and Kirei from the original Fate Stay Night. What are you, stupid? They're just characters who look, sound, and dress exactly the same, but they're different. Are you worrying about it? Because I'm not.
Multiversal. Just we're going multiverse here.
Triple C games. And
all multiverse.
Fate Extra Last Encore in its own separate timeline that takes place in the year 3000. And Rin's great-great-great-granddaughter. It's just fucking Rin. Fate Grand Order.
Oh god, you're not gonna make me break down Fate Grand Order.
Alright.
Am I even ready for this?
So Fate Go is a mobile gacha game along with some anime adaptations where the first Holy Grail War never happened, the world is fucked for some reason, and you have got to travel back in time to various points in history to fix the fucking timeline. And every different timeline you fix is called singularities. Basically, imagine Fate Back to the Future, except there are like 7 sequels all with different diverging timelines, and you're not trying to fuck your mum. You're just trying to fuck all the servants. Alright, so for simplicity's sake, I think it would just be easier if I just draw out the Fate Go timeline. And then here in its own corner, it's just Fate Prototype, which is Kinoko Nasu's original concept for Fate, where King Arthur's actually a guy? Get out of here with your damn historical inaccuracies. So essentially, this is just a non-existent project because the only thing that exists is a 12-minute trailer that was made purely for fan service. Which is even more bizarre when you consider Fate Prototype Fragments of Sky Silver, which is the prequel to Fate Prototype. They made a prequel, a full light novel prequel, to a 12-minute commercial. Like, did I really think Fate fans are that hungry for content? A Type Moon just sitting there being like, all right, Fate fans, open wide. Content, give me anything. And then this prequel to a project that basically doesn't even exist as a side story called Fate Labyrinth. A side story! This is why Tsukahime fans are on suicide watch. You can tell that line was written months ago because, yeah, where the fuck did this come from? And all this would be a completely alternate universe with no connection to the original universe, but I shit you not, one of the characters has a dream that connects this universe to the Fate Stay Night universe. It's literally canon by dream. Alright, I think we're getting close to the end. Next is Fate Strange Fake. This is a light novel series that takes place after the 5th Holy Grail War in America, where they do their own Holy Grail War with hookers and blackjack, written by the same guy who did Bakano. As of recording, we don't know if this follows on from the main flagship timeline or is part of an alternate universe, but what we do know is that there's a servant called Watcher and it's literally just a fucking whale in the sky. I'm sorry, I must have missed the legend where a fucking flying whale saves Earth. Does Free Willy count as a legendary hero of history now? There's Fate Type Redline. It's Tokyo in the 1940s. The Nazis are...
Oh, that looked fucking cool. Sorry, I just gotta... I always appreciate...
Now. There's Fate Type Redline.
Oh. Who is the fucking illustrator to that piece?
Red line, it's Tokyo in the 19th.
Someone tell me if anyone knows, please.
Are at it again, but this time so are the Japanese military. It's the third Grail War with seemingly no other connections to any other Grails, and it's a manga drawn by the Demon Slayer mangaka. We got Fate Requiem.
There you go. Thanks, Gigguk. Really? No wonder I took to it. Sorry, guys. Damn. I mean, I don't really. I mean, yeah, I do, I guess.
And it's a manga drawn by the Demon Slayer mangaka. We got Fate Requiem.
Sick.
Not a lot about this is known right now because it's not been officially translated, but what we do know is that it's set in the future after some kind of Holy Grail war, and somehow everyone has their own Holy Grail. And also there's this new servant called Voyager, who I guess is the Voyager space probe, except I have no fucking clue how a space probe becomes a servant, let alone a blonde Shota boy, let alone a blonde Shota boy space probe servant. And don't tell me to worry about it, because I'm not. Can you see how much I'm not worrying about it? I am not worrying about it.
Go on, Gigguk.
But seriously, how the fuck? And finally, in a bubble, within its own fucking dimension, is Carnival Phantasm, where all the Fate characters and other characters from Nasu's other works are just hanging out, I guess. Doesn't make any sense. I have no idea where this fits on the timeline. I think this is just
He's
a
so done.
reality where Akasha got fucking drunk. And that's it. That is the long version. Oh, but Gigguk, what about the rest of the Nasuverse? You gonna do that as well?
I'm okay. I'm good, bro.
How about no? Originally, this was meant to be a grand video where it talks about all the funny and ridiculous things I found out about Fate lore as a whole. But when I started it, I kind of realized I'm gonna need 20 minutes just to explain the fucking timeline. So you know what? This may just be the first part in a multi-series lecture from hell. Because the worst thing about Fate is that after going through all the timelines, after connecting all the lore, after spending far too many hours consuming Fate's media and reading pages upon pages of wiki articles, it kind of makes sense. Oh god, this chart actually makes sense to me. The entire timeline is actually the simplest part of Fate lore. Fate is just an all-encompassing whole that just gets darker and gloomier the deeper you go down. People wonder what's at the bottom of the abyss in Made in Abyss. It's just the fucking entrance to the Fate hole. You want the real short version?
I've not seen Made in Abyss.
Watch either of these two, and then watch this, and then watch whatever the fuck you want. Or you know what? Fuck all this. Start with the spin-off series. Start with lesbian lollies kissing. Start with Fate MasterChef. Fuck. Start with the doujinshis for all I care. Just ignore all the shitstorm going on in the comment section right now. The reality is, it doesn't really matter where you start. As long as it looks interesting to you, then go for it. The problem is there's so many people who are obsessed with optimizing the perfect read and watch order that they forget that if you enjoy the experience and it gets you into Fate, then who the fuck cares what order you watch it in? Because look, memes aside, the Fate lore may be a convoluted mess to unravel, but it is an awesome franchise. It's a series that can have amazing fights with balls to the walls action and magical moments that cut deep into your heart. And then Thomas Edison shows up as a lion. Because if you reach the end of this video knowing nothing about Fate, and this is the video that's convinced you to give it a try, what the fuck is wrong with you? This got you interested in Fate? Oh
kind of.
God, why didn't you just listen to
that video
and go with the short version? You know what? Fuck this. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not doing Fate anymore. I'm literally gonna go crazy. You know what? I lied. This isn't even the long version. Hey guys.
I won't Gigguk.
Really hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you again,
it was
Honkai Impact, for sponsoring me today.
Informative
and also
and hilarious.
Thank you very much to Ivido, The Walto, Payne Patchett, Eliful, Basil, and everyone else my Patreon for supporting me for this month. But especially Garrett and Lucas for being my gurus and guiding me through this hell that is the Fate hole. Honestly, couldn't have done it without you two, so thank you very much for being my gurus, and thank you very much for helping me do the research for all the information I've put in here. And also, thank you very much to everyone on my Patreon Discord server for fact-checking this video before it went live. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, if anything in this video is inaccurate or wrong, you can blame an entire Discord server for it. Something's still probably wrong though. And if you want to join the monthly calls where literally someone mentions Fate every fucking month, which is how this video got started in the first place, check out my Patreon. Or don't. please. We don't need any more people talking about Fate. But yeah, this video has been in production for way too long, mostly because the groundwork was done last year, and I really hope you enjoy the style of this video because it took a lot of work, and I don't know if you could tell, but I had a really, really fun time filming this video. Me and my editor have been putting off working on this video for so long because we knew how much work it would take. But yeah, as I said earlier, this probably won't be the only Fate video.
You can tell they
I
have fun with it though, as you said.
We've done way more research than what I've put into this video. So I hope you're excited for the next one because both me and my editor are really looking forward to working on another video like this. Right, Alan? That Alan. Such a joker. Anyway, that's it from me. No further updates. I've been Gigguk, and I hope you enjoy the hell we're about to walk into. Because I'm not.
Oh! Okay. Holy smokes. Thanks, Marsh. Now my brain is just filled with that. Okay, so what am I trying to say? Deciding whether I actually do react to the series, I guess I'll leave that up to fate. Get out of here! Oh, shit. Okay, so Akasha, timey-wimey, ultimate source of magic, counterforce, gotta get around that to access it. Descendants, no, people who find the source, it's that particular source is then locked off, and only the descendants of the person who initially discovered it are able to use that down the line. Servants. First, Magic the Gathering, also known as the Holy Grail Wars. Basics, right? Those are the basics, and then everything that 30-minute video is what it is. Fucking applause to the dude Gigguk, by the way. That guy broke that down in a way that was hilarious, and I did get a majority of that. So yeah, let's definitely head into it. I think I definitely want to do the movies. We'll do the trilogy for sure. We'll do the trilogy of the movies. Marsh, remind me if there's... I think you might have already, but remind me about the order, if there's a preferred order of that. The way that was shown, I think, is Heaven's Feel is at the bottom. It's third. Then Fate's Stay, then something else. Remind me, but I'm definitely down for this. I'm definitely down to watch the movies. And actually, I want to get into the abridged stuff, actually. If that clip that we saw was part of the abridged, I can already tell that should be good. So, definitely down for that. I actually feel like I might actually know what. I'll ask in the chat, but let's see. I think I want to go with... maybe still simultaneously we could do the movies and we could also do the abridged series. I'll let you guys, if you have an opinion on that, let me know. But yeah, that was both the long and short version, which I watched together, which made it like the ultimate longest version ever. And I noticed there wasn't a part 2 after that for the follow-up videos. I think Gigguk might be done with it, which I don't blame you, dude. But yeah, thank you, Marsh, once again for recommending these videos. Highly informative. Definitely something I needed to watch before delving into the movies. But I'm going to be asking you a million questions anyway. And the abridged series I'm looking forward to. We'll keep up the humour and parodies on the channel, of course. And yeah, I'm next I will dip my toe and watch a specific clip that Marsh has put aside for me from one of the movies that I believe isn't too spoilery, but showcases exactly what I know I've fallen in love with this series, which is potentially some epic fighting, because I think it's a versus battle between two servants, and I don't mind. Let's do this. As a thank you to Marsh for being part of the chill table, I'm going to jump into that now in the next video. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, joining us on this journey as we get to know the Fate Stay Unlimited Blade Works world better. Until the next one. Until the next reactions to do with the world. Wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. And we'll catch you then. Peace! I'm out. My bloody brain, come. I can't do.